Hey fellas, I'm going to be covering the fifth module today, which primarily consists of three different forms of media and how they affect the cultural landscape of a society. The first one is mobile media, the second one is video games, and the third one is the internet. About the internet, we've had a lot of discussions in class. Initially, when I had just taken up this particular topic of culture studies and I was giving you all an introduction. So mostly remember those points and approach this particular topic. The second one, video games, you guys have already done an assignment, but I'll give you a few more points that you'll need to know from the theoretical point of view. And the third one is the mobile media. Mobile media is basically looking at the mobile technology, the idea of having a phone and a smartphone on which I'm recording, so I can't show it to you. How this particular technology called the mobile technology has changed the cultural landscape. Don't talk about how mobile phone is good or bad. Don't look at the advantages and disadvantages of the medium itself, right? I'm getting a call. Look at how the media itself has affected the society. One of the things you need to know about mobile technology is it differs from other forms of media in terms of its mobility. That's why it's called the mobile technology. Mobility in terms of you being able to carry it around you. I had spoken to you guys in class about radio being a personal medium. Mobile phone is another personal medium. And another thing about mobile technology is now today with the advancements in technology, the determinism has been affected to an extent of mobile phones having access to internet, where you can just Google anything. You have navigation, you have websites that you can browse, you can access applications which make your lives a lot simpler, right? So mobile technology has been changing the social landscape and the cultural landscape. Now, one of the things that you'll need to know when you're approaching this is theoretically, where do I ground my answer or my essay, right? 4 points you all need to remember, 4 points that are coming from different theoretical points of view, and these 4 points will primarily become the grounding factors for mobile technology. The first one is availability. The textbook says the fact that you're always available, because the mobile phone is always on, thus making you never communication free, which means you're always in the sphere of communication. You're sleeping, you're still getting those messages. Once you wake up in the morning, you'll see like 10-20 messages on your WhatsApp thing that says, oh, this person saying this person saying this. So you're never communication free. That is the concept of availability. You are always available, which is kind of a bad thing, because if you're working in an organization and you'll need to do certain things. There was a point when you could just take off on a vacation and no one would reach you because you don't have a mobile phone. But today you have a mobile phone. They'll call you up when you're in the middle of, I don't know, maybe wildlife photography workshop, and they will give you a phone call and they'll be like, hey, listen, you didn't send those documents you were supposed to send, because you have access to mobile technology, and now you're always available. You have internet at your hand, so you need to send things, email stuff, you need to update your blog. All of this can be done while you're on the go, right? That's one thing about mobile technology being mobile technology and the availability factor. The next point that you all need to remember is presence. The textbook says mobile communication and the social presence, in terms of how social space changes the interactions with it, changes due. Oh, wait, 1 second. That doesn't make sense. Mobile communication and social presence. How the social space changes your interaction, and with it comes changes due to mobile communication, which is different from the concept of availability in terms of how you are, although not physically present, your identity is available, present in different spaces. Like, I'm a part of a Big Monkey Jam page, which I am one of the admins, so that's my social presence there is me playing the role of an admin. And then I'm also a part of JUCMS page, where I'm just a participant, but I'm going to be playing the role of a teacher. My social presence in terms of YouTube is where I'm playing the role of a musician and also a teacher. So my presence is changing with respect to how my mobile technology is changing my perception of the society, right? The third point you'll need to remember is the personal factor, right? It's called personal space, in terms of how mobile technology is such a personal medium that you have your own stuff going on in your mobile phone. What kind of stuff you have on your phone, the set of apps you have, the kind of music videos you have, the kind of music you have, the kind of content you have is completely different from the person who's sitting next to you right now, right? That person has a completely different personal stuff on their mobile phone. To some extent, I take a look at your mobile, if I take someone's mobile phone for about 15 minutes and just browse through all the content, I'll probably be able to get a fair idea of what that person is like, a little good idea about their identities, right? Some points that you all need to remember in terms of mobile being a personal space: it internalizes emotional experiences, right? There are times when I'm sitting alone at my home, when I'm sitting alone waiting for a bus or something, and I'm scrolling through 9gag and laughing to myself. I'm smiling. I'm sometimes I might just slightly explode in laughter, but that's only to myself. That's a personal thing. That it's a joke between me and my mobile phone, the device, right? Data storage is another point. You can store a lot of information. Like I said, I have a lot of apps. I have a lot of videos, music, and stuff. All of that comes under data storage. Data access, right? That's another thing. The kind of data I access is personal only to me, as compared to the kind of data my brother accesses on the desktop that we have at home. Both of us have access to the data, but on my mobile phone, the kind of data I access is exclusive to me. And gratification mechanisms on the mobile phone, to each his own, right? If I had to put the top 3 reasons why I need to use my smartphone, one would be to be able to use all these social media sites such as WhatsApp, social media apps such as WhatsApp, 9gag, and Quora, etc. Right? So I like doing that on my smartphone. So that's one of the top reasons why I would like to shift from this phone to why I shifted from this phone to a smartphone. Another thing that I would have to put down on paper is access to information. I can access information on the go, so that's another thing. And storage of information. I like to keep putting information when I'm thinking, when thoughts are coming, research related information, music, lyrics, whatever, poetry I write, all of that I save immediately, right? I can continue it later. So these are the 3 things. I'm sure the reasons why you use your smartphone are completely different as mine. So that's the next one. The 4th point you all need to remember is the concept of social norms. In terms of the social learning theory, I hope you all remember, we did it in the 3rd SEM communication theories paper, social learning theory, which looked at how media teaches social norms, right? So they talk about how mobile technology is giving you access, or painting a picture of what social norms work like to you based on the way you communicate with people. And it also says learning through social interaction. Learning social norms, learning through social interaction. 2 different concepts that come on mobile technology. Yeah, so that's more or less about mobile technology. Apart from that, there is nothing much you all need to know. And so I'll take this call and I'll come back.